Chloe, and welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas. So if you've not seen one of these videos, I've done the same concept for the past 3 years. I think this is year 4. But what I did is at the beginning of the year, I asked my best friend in real life to pick 24 books that made her think of me, that she loved, that she wanted me to try, and let her know what I think of them, or whatever the case may be. I asked her to pick 24 books. And I've done the same thing the past 3 years with my mom and sister, and had them buy the books, wrap them up, and so I could unwrap them for you. However, I wanted to be a little more economical this year, and because I was unhauling and not liking a ton of the books my mom and sister picked, and my best friend is a genius. Like, I may have said this every time. She is so smart. She's been a professor. She's a PhD. She works in a high government agency right now. Like, she's so smart that I'm a little afraid some of these books are going to be intimidating, so I didn't want her to waste the money and time buying them. So what she did is she emailed my husband a list of the books, and he put them all in this jar because he thinks he's funny and a coffee cup is overrated. So I'm going to pick a book out of here, and I'm going to unwrap it and tell you what it's about, and then I'm going to vlog my experience reading it. So before I do that, I love these like blasts from the past, because as I'm editing this, it's going to be December. As you're seeing this, it's going to be December, but today it is February 16th, and you guys, it was literally almost 70 degrees earlier this week, and right now I'm looking out and it is blizzarding. Now, it's not sticking, like it's been snowing all morning, and we've got like a dusting because the ground's so warm. Yesterday got cold, but and today is freezing, but yeah, so we've got just a little dusting. I don't think it's going to last long, but the tides have turned. And today is one of my favorite days of the year, because once a quarter, my husband takes my kids to tennis on Fridays, and I go to the library book sale, and that was today. So today I went to the library book sale, and it was awesome. It was, so it starts at 9, and if you're there at 9, there's people waiting at the door. It's like madness. And I love to be there at 9 because you get so many good things, but I couldn't because my husband, he has a meeting on Friday mornings, and so he couldn't take the kids until more like 9:30, 9:40, and so I got there late, which was fine because I do not need books. And I went, and it was just still so fun. It's so fun to like browse books by myself and not be really on a timeline or anything, and it was just awesome. So they had every single Debbie McComber individual book. Like, I almost bought them all because I've never even seen them. And paperbacks are 50 cents. So like all the books that are a part of bind ups, they have the individual book, and I have not seen those like ever. But I didn't buy them. I did buy some other books, and it's going to be old news by now, but I'll link my book haul for February down below so you can see what I actually got. But I got a lot of stuff for the kids and some fun stuff for me. So did that this morning. And then now I got home a little bit before they did. So I'm trying something new this time. I'm not keeping any sort of pregnancy journal or anything. And I have for the other 3 because I did for my first one, because that seems like a first time mom thing to do. And then I did for my second because I kind of wanted to be able to compare. And then by my third, we found out very, very early that she was a girl. And I was like, well, if her sisters have one, she's probably going to want one. Well, now this time we don't know gender or anything. And I don't know if we're going to find out, but that's a different question or a different conversation. But I just don't want to do it because by the time it was my third, I was like barely writing in it, and it was an obligation. I didn't enjoy it. I took the like bump pictures every week, and I'm one that I have a long torso, and so like I don't really show that much until later. And even then, like, I don't know. I just don't want to do it. So what I'm doing instead is a video diary of everything. So I filmed a clip when we found out and like that kind of stuff. So then this baby will have a video to watch. So I think that's actually more fun. I would almost rather that over the pictures and stuff. I don't know that I'll like get up and be like, hey, here's my bump. Because again, like, it's just weird. Especially by the 4th kid. Like, I knew I was pregnant before I even took a test because I'm so bloated already. And so like, goodness gracious. But, so that's what's going on in life. And that's mind boggles me that like that baby will hopefully be here and be healthy, I pray, by the time you're seeing this. So crazy. But anyway, okay, enough 5 minutes of rambling. Let's pick this book. So what's it going to be? What's it going to be? The last one was a pretty big hit. So let's see what it is. The Book of Lost Friends by Lisa Wingate. So I've read Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate, and I really liked it. So let's see. The Book of Lost Friends. I don't think I've heard of that. Let's see. My Goodreads is like up and rolling because I've been at the library book sale, and you know how it works. The Book of Lost Friends. Does she write just historical? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's got a 4.16. So a new novel inspired by historical events, a story of 3 young women on a journey in search of family amidst the destruction in the post-Civil War South, and a modern-day teacher who rediscovers their story and its connection to her own students' lives. So she brings to life actual stories from lost friends advertisements that appeared in the Southern newspaper after the Civil War, as freed slaves desperately searched for loved ones who had been sold off. Louisiana, 1875, in the tumultuous aftermath of Reconstruction. Okay, I guess it's just whatever, doing it again. So, yeah. Oh, and then 1987 is when the teacher is. Oh, this is a really clustered, confusing synopsis, but I will tell you more about it when I read it. Post-Civil War stuff is not something I read a lot about, so that's going to be really interesting and definitely something new. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll message her now and ask her why she picked this. I hope you guys let me know if you're liking that insertion of those clips, but I'll message her now. I know she's in an all-day meeting, so it may be, I'll probably be looking different by the time I share the message, but we'll see. So I'll check in a little bit. Okay, quick update. She did answer me. It's the next day, but here.
I chose the Book of Lost Friends because you had it on your want to read list and it looked super good to me. I put it on my want to read list too and can't wait to hear what you think of it.
Okay, so there's that. We'll see what I think. Hey everyone, so I really hate to do this, but I think I'm going to DNF this book. I'm like 2/3 of the way through, and so I really don't like doing this, but I am not enjoying it. So the concept of this book is fascinating. So this book is the Book of Lost Friends. Is that right? The Book of Lost Friends. I keep getting the title confused, but I think that's what it's called. And it is about post-Civil War post-Civil War era, when former slaves are trying to reunite with their family. And there is like actual newspaper column where people would write letters to try to find their family. Fascinating. And it's told in then timeline as well as current day, which is like 1987, and a teacher, and how the stories overlap. The then timeline is a former slave, a like daughter slave owner, as well as a girl who is the product of a slave and a slave owner. So those 3 girls are out searching for family, and we're getting interspersed these little newspaper columns. And then, like I said, the present day 1987 teacher, that storyline. And honestly, it takes so long to get anywhere, and like we circle around the point and around the point and around the point, and we describe so many things. There's so many metaphors, so many similes. I'm just not liking it at all. And in fact, I'm finding myself like wanting to do anything but pick up the book. I have it on audio and it's like 15 hours and I'm 2/3 of the way. And today I was like, oh my gosh, I still have 6 hours or whatever it is left. Like, that's a long time. I'm not interested. So I'm going to DNF it. I really am like bummed because it's a fascinating topic. And I think in the hands of like Rudis Petty's or Kristen Hanna or somebody else, this could have been really, really good. And I don't mean that as a knock on Lisa Wingate, because I've read Before We Were Yours and I liked that. So I don't know. Their writing style is not it for me. Concept, great. Execution, not great. So yeah, that's that. It is February 20 something. My husband and I both have a cold. My girls, like, they're all sniffly. I don't know if it's even a cold or if it's just allergies that have spawned stuff. I don't know what it is, but so we're all a little subpar, and other than that, nothing great, nothing crazy. It's beautiful weather outside, 70 degrees, 60 degrees, I don't know. So good for February, can't complain. So that's everything. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.